Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ashwin, aka Pancakes, aka Inspector Gadget, aka a whole bunch of other things. Um, I used to study at U of T, UTM specifically. Uh, ask Rajavi, ask Mark, ask Andrew Peterson, even everyone's, most of these people know me. I used to live out of the lab, out of the Linux lab. So uh, I knew pretty much everyone in MCSS and pretty much anyone who was taking any comp sci courses. Uh, this is the this is really the first time I'm recording a message to be played back later. So I've never done anything like this before. So uh, I'm sorry if this doesn't turn out to be as good as it needs to be. But Rajari did mention that she, mailed me any questions that you guys had or any such. Uh, well, first of all, I'm gonna try to do my very best. I'm gonna try to do the best job I can to make this a useful recording. But in the meantime, if you guys do have any questions or anything like that, most of you already have me on Twitter and Facebook and Google Plus and whatnot. So feel free to shoot me a line at any point in time and say, hey, what's up? Or hey, I have a question on which course I should take, or hey, this is what I want to ultimately do with my degree, and well, Andrew's a little busy in his office right now. Andrew Peterson's a little busy, so which courses do you recommend that I take? Or having taken these courses, which one's harder, or which is the easiest of these courses, and so forth. So I did my degree in I did two majors and a minor. So I did double majors in computer science and logic with a minor in mathematics, just because I'm an AI guy. I'm now doing my master's degree in computer science at the University of Ottawa. So yeah, that's about me. So when Rajvi posted on UTM MCSS the Facebook page, uh, I saw that there was a meet and greet happening tomorrow or today, or I guess whenever this message is being played back. Uh, and I felt really bad because, well, I have school and things that I have to take care of. Therefore, I will not be able to make it to U of T or UTM to be able to talk to you guys and, to meet up with you and chat with you guys because I really miss that place. It's really had a lot of fun times there. Anyway, so she did send me a bunch of topics that I should lightly touch upon that might be of help to you guys. I did do an ROP. This was about 2 years ago, 2, 3 years ago. For those of you who are not familiar with ROP, ROP is it's the Research Opportunity Program. And basically what happens is you have a supervisor and you discuss project ideas with the supervisor at the beginning of the semester and you set yourself deadlines throughout the year. It's a year-long project. It's a year-long course. It's usually CSC 299 or 399. When I did it, it was 399. And you meet up at the beginning of the year, and you decide what project you want to do, and you set deadlines, deliverable timeline, a timeline of deliverables, and you basically try to get the work done. Uh, what did I do? I basically wrote a program that aggregates notes taken by students, um, and it tries to turn the entire thing into a concept map. Just because I really didn't like reading other people's notes, and it would really help if I could, combine my notes with somebody else's notes to get a more complete set of notes uh, that I could then use to study for the exam, as opposed to the textbook, which is full of bloatware. Yeah, so that's what I did. It was pretty fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. And a lot of the times you're doing things that are not really at an undergraduate level, meaning that there's no clear resource as to, in terms of something that you can read or look up to do exactly what you're doing. You are working on an interesting twist of a problem that maybe not so many other people have worked on, which makes it very interesting and very challenging, and demands that you spend a lot of nights in the lab or similar, just working on this basically. Uh, but if you are really passionate about what you're doing, then chances are you're going to end up doing that anyways, and 399 is a really good way uh, of channeling all of that and focusing it into one project. And it's usually a pretty big project, and you can get a fair bit of it done. And the final deliverable is actually something pretty impressive. It's something that you can look back on and say, "Hey, I actually did that, and that was really good work." Um, Yeah, so for those of you who are interested in doing something like that, I would strongly recommend it. It's also very research oriented, so you won't be reading textbooks, or not many anyways. You will more likely be reading published papers from, say, journals or conference proceedings or whatever. And you'll most likely be using concepts from different fields and different papers and different authors and so forth, and trying to combine all of those together to make this thing that you proposed. Uh, Andrew Carvalho, I don't think he's there right now. If he is, hey Andrew. Uh, uh, but he tried doing something really interesting with recordings. So he assumed that he had multiple separate recordings of a single event from multiple different source locations in, say, a lecture hall. Uh, and he was trying to get the clearest sound of the lecture, and he was doing some pretty interesting work there. Anyway, so for those of you who want to go on to, say, do grad school, or want to get into some kind of research and development field in the industry, I'd highly recommend doing ROP. It's good preparation. You do have to write a paper, or it teaches you how to write a proposal and how to write a paper and things like that. So that aside, I mean, like I did mention, if you are a very motivated person, then spending sleepless nights, etc., is not going to be an issue for you. And that would basically mean that you're working on projects of your own, personal projects of your own. So Rajvi asked if I could talk about a couple of those. And I have a feeling I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to try to make this go a little faster. I guess I should have skimmed on the intro a little. Anyway, personal projects, they go a long way. They help you build a good resume. So if you make good personal projects, you can put those on your resume, and rest assured that any potential employer is going to ask you about those. They're going to really ask you about those, and you can talk about those with a passion, because that's exactly why you did it. You did it because you were passionate about it. You can talk about that, and that's going to get you great points with the interviewer. Um, there are many interviews that in which I have been asked about my personal projects. They have actually asked me specifically, what personal projects have you worked on? It was after that that I realized that it was such a huge thing, and I started changing my resume around a little bit. My most recent personal project is an AI that plays hangman. So it basically, you think of a word and it asks you whether certain letters are in that word, and it figures out what the word is. If any of you guys are interested, uh, send me an email or Facebook message me or DM me on Twitter or Google Plus me or whatever, and I'll be happy to talk about it more with you. Something that I found really helpful when I was doing undergrad was to go to conferences like QSEC. QSEC's coming up. It's in January. It's in the end of January. I think at this point, I think I might go. I'd really like to. It's a great opportunity to go network with other people, to find people who are similarly minded, to find industry professionals. And there's a career fair, so bring your resume, and it's a good lot of fun. Uh, yeah, you do lose a weekend, and there's a ton of school backlog work, but guess what? Everyone in computer science, all the professors, they know what QSEC is. So if you're going to tell them, hey, I'm going to QSEC, help me out here. I'm swamped. I got way too much work. Chances are they're going to help you, especially if they're, well, I'm not going to name names, but there are professors with whom I've pulled this off before. Uh, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to skip through to more important things. Um, if you're on online forums, and I don't mean Reddit, I mean things like Stack Overflow, Stack Exchange, Danny Web, things like that, those go a long way. They really do help because it helps you. They help you find interesting problems that you can work on. So definitely uh, try those. Try those out if you're not on there. I'm on actually all of them. Quick word about your professors. Anyone who's taking any of Arnold's courses right now, Arnold Rosenblum, Mr. Schwarzenegger. Uh, if you're taking Arnold's courses right now, he is an amazing prof. Yeah, he makes you work your ass off, but guess what? It actually pays off. So, by the way, so does Andrew Peterson. Both of these guys make you work your ass off. You know what? That's a good thing. Invest the time. I cannot tell you how many times something that I've learned in one of their classes has proven to be so useful to me. It could be an algorithm. It could be a way that I approach a problem. It could be anything. But it becomes so useful. So you should really give that a try. Right? It doesn't matter. You are in school to study. Do it. Invest the effort. Because guess what? It doesn't get any better unless you try. And it gets very, very good if you invest that effort now. Alright, I am way over the time limit that Rajvi set me. So if you guys have any questions or want to talk to me in any other capacity, like I said, I'm on G+, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. You can also catch me on email. You know what? Just Google my name. You'll find me. You'll find enough ways to contact me. Right? Take care, guys. Good luck, and hope to see you at QSEC maybe or some other time. See ya.